Hello, welcome to Tamil Mom by Banu. I'm Banu. Today's vlog is the first day of Diwali. It's early morning. Usually I get up at 5 o'clock on my normal days. Today, since it's Diwali, I got up at 4:30, finished off with my kanji preparation and came straight to my portico. Those of you who are watching my videos from the initial stages know that I clean and finish off doing this work, portico cleaning, early in the morning itself. So first thing I do is come out and start off with cleaning my portico. Since it's quite a big place, it needs tending and cleaning every day. Though there are days when I just don't want to sweep the whole thing, I just sweep outside the gate, water and put rangoli. But during days like festivals and Thursdays and Mondays, I usually sweep the whole portico and uh, water the whole portico, because no matter what cleaning you do, there is quite an amount of dust spread every day since it's an open place. And most of the days I try to sweep it, and on Thursdays and Mondays I try to water it. And days like these, like on festivals and especially on Thursday evenings or Thursday mornings, I water all the sides of the house, the passages, the whole portico, along with watering my garden. I just don't think who is it. It's me. It's freezing in the morning nowadays. It is drizzling as well as it's breezy and it's very cold. I'm a person who doesn't get out of the house in the morning without covering my ears, especially. So I've oiled my hair today early morning, so I'm not covering the stole wholly fully around my head. I'm just covering my ears. Otherwise, I usually cover it fully, and only when I'm doing my walking, I take it out. So after finishing here, I'm watering the garden as well. Garden was trimmed 2 days back, so there's no greenery. Here, no one is up yet. So finished off watering everywhere, and once it's dry, I'll put the rangoli. So I'm going inside now after this. It's a huge relief if I finish watering the portico early in the morning before anyone is up, because once people start walking over here, it doesn't look as though it's cleaned. So once it's dry, it's okay when they start running around. So I've taken the dry dustbin inside and I'm cleaning the rooms today, sweeping and swabbing. These are the crackers which my husband and kids got. I had mentioned in my previous vlog. And these cloth drying stands, I keep it inside the room at night times, because in this weather the clothes remain damp. Even if it's dry, if I keep it outside, it tends to be damp, and the misty feeling is always there. So I keep it inside the room, and it gets a little warm enough for us to wear the next day. So I'm placing everything outside along with my kids' cycles. Cycles can be placed outside at night times, but we're still not confident enough to place it outside since most of the people in our road go back to bed by 8:39 and no one roams around, and I don't want it to be getting noticed and taking it away. So for the time being, we're placing this inside the rooms at night times. So everything is out and I start sweeping. And now I'm keeping this crackers just till I swab on the bed. Actually, it's not safe and not suggested, but I don't have a place to place this, because everywhere I'm going to put water and start swabbing. This is my usual routine. Before wiping, mopping, or swabbing the place, I add a teaspoon of salt. Along with the salt, I have powdered camphor. It's called karpuram. It's really good. These two things are actually disinfectants. At the same time, it takes off the negative energy from the house. So mostly twice or thrice in a week, I add this to my mopping water, the water in which I mop the house. So start off with swabbing, wiping or mopping, whatever you call. I still haven't got the correct term to use on this. I will stick on to wiping the floors. That's better, I guess. So started wiping the rooms first. After this, I will be wiping my in-laws' rooms. They are fast asleep, but I don't want to take the camera inside because lights are off. So I'll also wipe it there fast and come out. Behind the doors is a must, and started finishing everywhere and took off all the tables, chairs to one place. And after this, since it's Wednesday, my normal routine of cleaning my copper drum and pot needs to be done. I'm changing this cloth which I usually put on the lid of my drum. And this pot, after cleaning the drum, I will be cleaning this as well once I fill this water inside the drum. Copper water is very healthy. And before going to take her bath, my mother-in-law is applying oil to my daughter. So after they finish and they come back is when I will go and have my bath. That's the reason I oiled my hair early in the morning itself, so that by the time I finish all my work, cleaning, cooking and all, not exactly cooking I'll be finishing after I come back from taking bath. So I wanted to finish these things first. So change the towel which I usually place on the lid of the drum, since water stains fall on that once we drink water and place the glass back. The pot water is being filled inside the drum and it's yet to get refilled since the aquaguard is filling up. I washed this as well. And here I have a green gram. I forgot to actually sprout it yesterday night. I just kept it along with the water so it's not sprouted. I'm just going to use this in my curry today, and this cloth I'm going to put it for washing. So once I come back after taking bath, I'll start off with cooking. Here kanji is ready for my husband, kids. 6:50 I will be finishing off my kanji, and I'm thinking of putting the rangoli now and then going to take my bath. So this is my Diwali rangoli for today. Let me know in your comments how's the rangoli. And husband has come down, and mother-in-law, she has taken a bath and she's applying oil to all my men in the house. My bigger man is sitting ready to take bath. He's so excited with festivals. All the time he's excited when there are festivals and these rituals are being done. So he wanted oil to be applied everywhere. I was a bit finicky because it's so cold, and if the oil doesn't leave, he'll catch cold. So I finished my bath and came. First thing, I'm going to soak red raw rice for Adirasam. That's the staple and the traditional sweet which every South Indian family makes on Diwali, on the first day of Diwali. And this is the green gram curry. What am I saying? The green gram curry which I finished making with dosa, and for the afternoon also I'm planning to finish this as itself for rice and rasam along with curd, because we will be doing the adrasam in the afternoon. I won't be having any time nor the patience nor the energy to prepare lunch again. So I'm going to have this curry for morning breakfast and lunch. And I've changed my bangles. Most of you by this time know I love bangles and I keep changing it every week and every now and then. More than gold bangles, I love these colorful bangles in all different varieties. So I added a little more water to get the right consistency and finished off and closed this. We're having dosa. Dosa batter, now it's a little fluffed up. Yesterday it was down and I had to prepare other breakfast. Today it's done, and here my kids have started their bursting cracker ritual, which they were really excited about. These are pops which you throw on the floor. It just gives this sound. Everywhere it's fallen everywhere, and there are little stones in that which tends to poke your feet. So I'm planning to ask my daughter to sweep it once she finishes. So before the puja starts, my husband and kids are placing the crackers before my husband leaves for work. So we are not into big time bursting of crackers. We just use normal fireless ones, not exactly fireless ones, smokeless ones, but I don't think so we do get smokeless ones. As long as kids are healthy or it doesn't affect them, we are okay. Then we came back inside, the puja was ready, and as usual everyone goes and prays. My son is so happy because he finished bursting crackers. My son, my husband, my in-laws, everyone finished their puja work, and everyone is taking blessings, and it's my son's daughter's duty. After them, as usual, I go pray to God, finish off my work, and then we start off with breakfast of dosa and pachapayar kurma, that's green gram curry. Here it's afternoon after breakfast and taking a little time. We are starting off with preparing adirasam. Raw red rice, which I had soaked in the morning. It's soaked. It's 12 in the afternoon. I'm putting it inside the mixer, grinding it. Here my mother-in-law is sieving it. Once the sieving process is done, we'll start melting the jaggery for it and start with the process. This is quite an easy recipe as long as you get the the jaggery syrup into the correct consistency. It needs to be in the shape of a ball. Only then you get the perfect adirasam, soft adirasam. Here my daughter is here to help us by stirring and making the jaggery syrup as of now. My mother-in-law is giving her instructions, and in this sieve itself, we are going to filter the jaggery water, because jaggery tends to have a lot of impurities at the bottom, so it's better to filter it once. Look at the impurities over there. So since we had already used this, and it's quite wide enough so that it doesn't spill on our hands, we use the same thing. Here I've kept a plate with little water to check for the right consistency once the jaggery syrup is boiled, and when it comes to the stage where you can just make a ball out of it. So now it's my mother-in-law who's taking over, and we both stand there to check out, because once the consistency goes off, this some tends to become hard. It's very hard and you can't eat it later. So we are making sure it comes to the correct form. So I am taking it out to see whether a ball is going to be formed. My daughter also wants to see how the ball is formed. So now it has come to the correct consistency, I guess. Got into a perfect ball at the final stage. It takes very little time. See, once you put it on in the water, it needs to stand in one place, and once you gather it together and roll it into your hands, it should become a ball consistency, and immediately you should start adding the rice flour, which you have sieved and kept. There are people who will just add it straight away from the mixer after grinding it. They like the granules. In my family, usually we sieve it and then add, and this is the correct form in which you should need the dough to be. So once the oil is hot, we start preparing. With these wooden ladles and the press. This is the press which we use to press the adrisam to take off the excess oil, and these two wooden ladles are safe enough. So the small puris are made and put it in oil, and it cooks very fast immediately, because it's already soaked rice, and jaggery syrup also is fully cooked, in fact. So once it becomes and turns into golden brown, we'll take it off, and we'll squeeze the excess oil right with the ladles which we have on our hands, and then we'll place it on the presser over there, and then take it out and dry it. In that way, most of the oil tends to come out. So I'm doing that now. The color is turning to golden brown, and then since it's made of red rice and jaggery, it gives a very good color. So once this is finished, look at that. I'm going to press and take off the excess oil with these two ladles, and this oil press, there is some press, we'll keep it on this, and the oil tends to come out from that spout over there, and then we'll place it in a plate and dry it by 1:20 and the whole thing is over. And this is the last last set of adhesum finished. Pressing it and taking it out, it tends to give a lot of hard work to your hands. My wrist for 2 days it's done. Okay, I've filtered the oil, and this oil my mother-in-law used to make it into puri, so everything I'm going to wash it hand in hand, because once I go and sit, I will not be able to come back. So I want to finish once for all and finish and forget the Diwali preparations from this time, because as according to me, Diwali is over. Only the celebration is left out. So at 1:40 or so, I finish everything and I've started drinking my hot water. Everything is washed and kept ready, and nothing for me to do now, as of now. So after this, I'm going to have lunch later. It's evening. As usual, if you have got the breakfast and lunch in one dose, the second set needs to be done. So I'm preparing upma for everybody. This is the oil, the second container of oil which I had used for murukku and nippat. I'm finishing this off today for my upma. And one box is still pending, which today afternoon we prepared adhesam. Little bit of rasam and rice is left over. So I'm preparing upma. And this is the third container of oil. After the second container is over, in this small container which I use for dosa and idli, I'll be using that whole oil. Once I finish all the oils which have fried and reuse those for seasoning, I will be finishing off, only then taking out the fresh oil. This is rava which I usually roast and keep. You would have seen in my evening vlogs. So it's very handy at this time. So everything plain upma with no vegetables. I have no patience to cut any vegetables. So I'm going to add hot water in these two, the cup which my mother-in-law used to press the adilsam and the container which contained the nipattu oil. I'm going to place or pour hot boiling water and put it inside the upma. I've refilled the rava inside the bottle again, the roasted rava. So this is the final batch. Next I have to get once half bottle is over. So hot water ready, and my onion, chili, karveppalai, mustard seeds, asafoetida, everything is ready, and hot water is ready. I added hot water inside the canister and inside this small cup as well to take off all the oil. I'm going to add everything and start making upma. In fact, this upma was quite tasty. Most of the times, rather than making upma for breakfast, my family prefers it at night so that it tends to be a different variety of like a snack, not exactly dinner. So I'll be washing the vessels only after dinner. Now finished off with the upma. Me and my kids are enjoying this. Husband-in-laws are going to eat later. I'm going to finish this off and take maximum rest for my Nombu tomorrow, which I will be sharing with you all. So if you have liked this vlog, please do like, share and post your valuable comments in the comment box. And also do not forget to subscribe my channel and click on the bell icon next to it. More and more vlogs coming up for you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye for now.